Superman falls to the ground. It is the first time he has lost a battle after appearing on Earth. He whistles, and his dog Krypto comes running towards him. Krypto, in a playful manner, unintentionally hurts him, but he manages to stop him and tells him to take him home. Under the ice, the fortress of solitude emerges, and Krypto takes him inside. Superman's robot comes to his rescue, and they use sunlight to heal him. At the same time, they start to play Superman's birth parents' last message, as it soothes him, where they say that they were forced to send him to Earth as their planet is destroyed. But it only plays the first bit, as the last part got distorted. The engineer, following Superman, searches for him in the area. Despite not healing properly, he decided to go back and fight. The engineer sees him getting out, and she informs Lex Luthor, Hammer of Borovia, who just defeated Superman, says that it's their punishment for interfering with Borvian matter. Apparently, Superman stopped the nation of Borovia from invading its neighboring country, Jaranpur. He even warned Boravian President Vasil to leave Jaranpur alone. The Hammer of Borovia is a metahuman Ultraman secretly controlled by Lex and his team. When Superman comes there, he gives coded instructions to Ultraman, and he again beats Superman up. Superman falls to the ground, and a local comes to his help. Lex's team pull his information. A local vendor named Malik Ali. Ultraman warned them to stay away from their matter and leave from there. Superman tried to go behind him, but he is weak. Some people comment that he shouldn't interfere with their war. The engineer has found the Fortress of Solitude, but before he could enter, it's submerged under the ice. She informs Lex, and he tells her to come back. Ultraman arrive at a beach. He goes into a portal, and through the pocket universe, he arrives at Lex's office. Lex's girlfriend, Eve, congratulated him. Superman, now as Clark Kent, goes to his office at the Daily Planet. His piece has made the front page of their paper. His boss, Perry White, tells him he is late. He is on the phone talking to his Earth parents, Martha and Jonathan. His best friend in the office, Jimmy Olsen, is very happy for him. Lois comes there and asks about his recent report. She thinks that the Hammer of Borovia is not a Boravian, but he has some ulterior motives. On the TV, the Boravian president denies all links with the attack. He says the USA and Borovia are allies. It's Superman who is interfering with their friendship. In the Pentagon, Lex pitch a super soldier team to take down Superman, but they deny him as they don't think Superman is a high risk for security. Lois comes home and finds the clerk there. They are secretly dating, and she knows he is Superman. She says it's risky and unethical to keep interviewing himself, so he agrees to give him an interview. Lois asks him some hard questions, like how his actions created a political fiasco, but he replies that he just wanted to help people. The interview led to an argument between them, and he left from there. Lex with his team arrive at the place where the engineer saw Superman. The engineer says it's under the ice and asks how they will enter. Luthor says to trust him, and the Fortress of Solitude comes out of the ice. They enter there, and Ultraman and Engineer take out Superman's robot. Krypto put up a fight, but the engineer captured him. Lex sees Superman's parents' message and asks the engineer to decode the rest of the message. So that Superman doesn't come there, they unleash a kaiju on the city to keep him busy. It's now become big and is terrorizing the city. Superman comes to the rescue. He fights with it while saving the citizen. Justice Gang consists of Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, and Hawkgirl, who come to help. Superman doesn't want to kill it and wants to take it to a safe place, but others are not interested and go for the kill. While others fight it, Superman saves citizens from harm. He even takes a squirrel to safety. Mr. Terrific, with the help of others, inserts bombs inside it and eliminates the kaiju. Superman moves its body to avoid falling on people. Guy Gardner and others come down to interacting with people, when they suddenly notice breaking news that Superman has been sent to Earth to rule them. A citizen shows him the news where Lex is interviewing. He says they interpreted Superman's parents' message. In the last part, they urge him to take over the Earth and take many wives to restore the Kryptonian race. People's opinion starts to change about him. He gets into a building where Guy Gardner with others come. They inquire about this. Superman gets into an argument with Guy, but Hawkgirl calms them down and asks if the message is real or not. Superman says he didn't know about the last message. It was distorted. He asks Mr. Terrific if they doctored it, but he says the message is legit. Superman flies towards the Fortress of Solitude. There, he finds his robot destroyed and Krypto missing. The robot tells him what happened. He then breaks into Lex's office and demands his dog back. Eve streams it live. Lex says he doesn't know anything about it. He tries to anger Superman more. The news about him soured his public image. The military also decided to take action against him. Superman talks with Lois while in the background. The Justice Gang fights with an intergalactic being. Superman says he will surrender, as they may take him where they kept his dog. As Superman surrenders, Rick Flag Sr. tells him that they don't have the facility to hold him. He will be taken to Luthor's special prison for metahumans. They take him to the portal. He goes through it and arrives at the pocket universe, where Lex is waiting with a metahuman named Metamorpho. He explained that he created the pocket universe for his secret project. He introduces Metamorpho, says he can create any metal element, and he creates kryptonite, hurting Superman. Boravian military are preparing for war. Lois tries to find a connection between Lex and the Boravian government. Jimmy says that he has sources inside Lex's inner circle. He, from his sources, knows they are keeping Superman in a secret prison and will torture him. She tells him to find out as much as he can about Luthor. Lex shows Superman his monkey bot, which spreads hate against Superman. He shows his prison where he keeps his opponents, even an ex-girlfriend. He puts him into his cell and shows Metamorpho his son and tells him he will get him back if he does his job. Jimmy goes to meet with his source, who is none other than Lex's girlfriend, Eve. She is having an affair with Jimmy, but they can't be together because of Lex. Jimmy says that if he can get something on Lex, they could be together. She says that she will try. After Lex leaves, Superman tells Metamorpho to turn off the kryptonite, and he can save his son. But, afraid, he tells him to shut up. Lois meets with the Justice Gang about finding Superman, but Guy isn't interested, as Superman surrendered on his own free will. When Mr. Terrific says he put a nano-tracker on Superman's blood and finds his trace vanishes suddenly, Lois says they must go and rescue him. But Guy says that he is now a prisoner, and they don't interfere with political matters. Hawkgirl agrees with him. Lois angrily storms out of there. Mr. Terrific comes behind her and decides to help her. Together they leave with his flying machine. Lex has come back to meet Superman with the Boravian president, Vasil, as he is secretly working with him. They also bring Malik Ali, the guy who helped Superman. They put him at gunpoint and ordered Superman to reveal his secret identity. But he says that he can't and pleads with them to let him go. Malik also tells Superman not to say anything. Lex is playing Russian roulette and shoots him. He says he will come back with another of his loved ones. Lois and Mr. Terrific arrive at the place where Superman's trace vanishes. Soldiers there ordered them to go back, as it's a restricted area. But Mr. Terrific creates a shield with his T-sphere for Lois and goes to beat the soldiers. After defeating them, they go to the portal. Mr. Terrific starts to hack the system to open it. Inside the prison, seeing the murder of Malik Metamorpho, is afraid. He asks Superman if he can save his son. As Superman answers affirmatively, he turns off the kryptonite. Mr. Terrific is able to hack the system and open the portal. Seeing the pocket universe, he says that they can't go inside it as it's too risky. He decided to send his T-sphere. Despite the kryptonite being gone, he can't regain his power. Superman says he needs sunlight to regain his power. Metamorpho says he can't create the sun, but he can create something like the sun. He starts to create a light. Others think they will get into trouble and call the guards. The guards see a bright light coming. Superman gets back his power and breaks the prison to rescue Metamorpho's son. He gives his son back and flies to rescue Krypto, who is being tested in a lab. Together, they decide to find the portal door to escape. Suddenly, Superman is attacked by the guards. He falls into the Proton River while the guards attack him. Mr. Terrific has found Krypto with his T-sphere, but Krypto destroys it, thinking it's a toy. With the help of Krypto, he gets rid of the guards. Metamorpho is surrounded by the guards, but he, with his power, gets rid of them. As the Proton River ends, they come in front of a black hole and start to get sucked into it. But Metamorpho arrives there and pulls them out of there. When another T-sphere comes there and tells them to follow it, they have to hurry as the portal has become unstable and will be closed soon. At the last moment, they exit from there. Krypto destroys another T-sphere. Superman wants to go back for the rest of the prisoners, but he is still weak. Mr. Terrific tells Lois to take him to a safe place while he tries to turn the portal. Metamorpho leaves with his son. Lois takes Superman to the flying machine and flies away from there. Lex, after getting information about Superman's escape, is angry. In anger, he tells Eve to get out and even throws things at her. She calls Jimmy and says that she can't do it anymore, and they should run away together. But Jimmy says Lex will find them. But if he could give valuable information about Lex, they could put him in jail. She hurriedly sent him a bunch of selfies as Lex with Ultraman catches her. Lois with Superman arrive at Superman's parents' home. They put him on the bed. Lois gets a call from Jimmy telling her everything. He sends her the pictures. In the background of the picture, she finds some valuable information. Trying to draw out Superman, decided to open the closed portal again. Others warn him that doing so will create a black hole, but he says that they can close it anytime they want. Mr. Terrific, who was working on the portal, sees it opening and creating an interdimensional rift. Superman is at home having breakfast when his father comes there to talk to him. Superman says that after seeing his real parents' message, he doesn't know his purpose. His father tells him that it's his actions that define him. After talking with him, he feels motivated when his mother calls and shows him the news. The Boravian military is again invading Jarenburg. The common people are preparing to stop them. They are flying a Superman flag. Justice Gang member and Metamorpho also see this. As Superman gets ready to rescue them, Mr. Terrific calls and informs him that the interdimensional rift is coming towards Metropolis. The city is being evacuated. Lois shows Perry what they found in Eve's selfies. They find that Lex has made a secret deal with Borovaya to take over half of Jarimper, and he will rule over it. Perry asks Lois if he has the flying machine. Perry takes some of his team members, and they board the flying machine. Lois takes them into the sky, while others prepare the article to publish. The rift has arrived at the city and is tearing everything apart. Lex's office is separate from the building, and it becomes a flying machine, and they escape from there. Some citizens are trying to escape from the falling buildings when Superman comes to their aid. Mr. Terrific comes to him and says he needs a code to stop the rift. Superman says Lex has it. They will go to him with his dog. Suddenly, the Engineer and Ultraman attack them. Mr. Terrific passed out from the impact. The Engineer then, with Ultraman, attacks Superman. Together, they are beating him badly. The Engineer starts to fill his mouth and lungs, so he can't breathe. Mr. Terrific wakes up. Superman, fully covered, fly towards his son. Others try to keep up with his speed. They get hold of him, but he flies up to space and starts to free fall. The Engineer says she can't survive the impact and tries to get separated, but they all fall to the ground. Luthor, on the screen, sees that Superman has survived and is cleaning his mouth as the Engineer lies there unconscious. Ultraman also survived the attack, but his mask has fallen off. Superman sees that Ultraman is his clone. He understands that's how they were able to break into Fortress of Solitude. The Boravian military is pushing into Jarimper as everyone flees. But a little boy with a Superman flag is still hoping for Superman. When soldiers shoot him, Guy makes a shield for him. Hawkgirl and Metamorpho have also arrived. Together, they defeat the Boravian army. Hawkgirl captures Vasil and throws him from the sky. Superman fights with his clone. Lex says that he orchestrated the conflict so the government and the public would turn against him. His parents' message was a bonus for him. Now he has an excuse to kill him. He gives instructions, and Ultraman beats him badly. Lex says he knows all his moves. He is now done. But to their surprise, Superman smirk and whistle. Krypto comes flying and attacks Ultraman. He tells him to take down the camera. As he fights with Ultraman, Krypto takes out all of the cameras. Lex can't give instructions anymore, so he sends his soldiers to deal with him. But Superman easily defeats all of them. Ultraman attacks him again, and they fight in front of a black hole. Superman, dislocating his shoulder, pushes him towards the black hole. Mr. Terrific comes to him and says they need to hurry. One of the members, Luthor's team, try to close the rift, but Lex stops him, saying they chose Superman. They should die. He then opens the portal and tells them to wrap everything up. When he sees Superman and runs toward the portal, but Superman stops him. Mr. Terrific goes to close the rift. Superman says he is human like them. He feels fear and love like any other human. Lex says the government permitted him to kill him. If not today, he will succeed one day when Krypto attacks him. Superman stops him. Mr. Terrific closed the rift when news starts to come in about Luthor's schemas, which Lois and his team leak. Everyone from Luthor's prison is rescued. Lex Luthor is arrested. Eve, now free, embraces Jimmy. Superman comes to Lois and says he will give him an interview. They go to a hidden place and embrace each other. Superman has fixed his robot, and they're checking his health. When Supergirl comes there, the real owner of Krypto, she spends her time partying on different planets. She thanks Superman for looking after Krypto and leaves with him. Superman now plays his Earth parents' videos to soothe him. So this was the recap of the movie Superman 2025. If you like this, you may also like this.